Old age does not only bring gray hair or wrinkled skin, it also brings silent fears that everyone wants to avoid. The greatest fear is not death, but living in pain, in the helplessness of your own body. When the aches drag on, when the legs are no longer steady, when every step becomes a challenge, that is when one feels most clearly the decline. No one wants to wake up one morning to find their legs heavy, their feet icy cold, or their muscles cramping unexpectedly, making them writhe in the night. Those pains not only rob you of sleep, but also steal your freedom. The simple right to move around, to live independently, without depending on anyone. What's more concerning is that these changes don't strike suddenly. They creep in quietly, day by day. You think it's just sore legs, just fleeting numbness. But behind it may lie a danger few expect. A hidden threat directly related to the circulation of blood in the body, the very thing that determines each person's survival. So, how can you know when your body is speaking up? Which signs seem small, but are actually warnings for the future? And more importantly, what are the simple, natural solutions that can help you preserve your steadiness and vitality in your later years? Let's keep going, because what you're about to hear may be the key to saving you from powerless days trapped in your own body. The blood in our bodies is like a vast river system. That flow carries oxygen, nutrients, and energy to feed every cell, every organ. When the flow is smooth, you feel strong, clear minded, and light on your feet. But just one blocked stretch of river with silt and debris building up, and the entire system behind it suffers. The human body is the same. When circulation weakens, the consequences extend far beyond the legs to the entire body. At first, it's just a heavy, aching feeling. But over time, the lack of oxygen and nutrients causes muscles to tire quickly, wounds to heal slowly, and even the nerves in the legs to be affected. You may feel tingling, pins and needles, or even numbness. That's when your body is sending an urgent signal. The causes of this condition are varied. Sometimes it's atherosclerosis, plaques clogging the arteries like trash blocking a stream. Sometimes it's weak vein valves, preventing blood from flowing back to the heart and pooling in the legs. High blood pressure, diabetes, smoking, sitting too much, lack of exercise all contribute to the decline of circulation. And it cannot be denied. Age is the biggest factor making blood vessels less elastic and more fragile. The danger is these changes don't come in a rush. They trickle in day by day, making people mistake them for normal signs of aging. But when blood no longer flows well, a domino effect begins, from cramps, numbness, to the formation of blood clots, then suddenly leading to life-threatening events. That is why understanding this mechanism is not to make you fearful, but to help you recognize it in time. Because when you grasp how the body works, you'll realize a sign that seems small can actually be the key to protecting your whole life. So specifically, what are the clearest signals that your blood has started to struggle with circulation? Let's move on to the next part, where we'll explore 5 distinct signs the body often sends out, each at a different level from mild to severe. If the body is like a house, then the legs are the foundation. And when the foundation starts to crack, the house can hardly stand firm. The legs are the same. They are often the first to show signs of weakened circulation. Below are 5 clear warnings you should not ignore. 1. Unusual discoloration of leg skin. Have you ever looked down at your ankles and seen them pale, bluish, or mottled with strange dark patches? Many people think it's just dry skin or lack of sun, but in fact, it's a signal that blood isn't carrying enough oxygen to nourish that skin. Even a small scratch there will heal more slowly, and this paves the way for infections and unpredictable complications. 2. Cramps when walking or at night. You're strolling leisurely when suddenly a sharp pain forces you to stop, massage, even squat down. This is not just a passing irregularity, but maybe claudication, a condition where muscles lack oxygen due to narrowed arteries. At night, when the body rests, sudden cramps disrupt sleep, leaving you exhausted. And if you're experiencing this often, don't take it lightly. 3. Tingling, pins and needles in the feet and calves. It feels like thousands of tiny needles pricking when you sit too long, or sometimes your legs suddenly go numb. Many blame it on sitting posture, but the truth is the blood isn't pumping enough to feed the nerves. The long-term consequence is nerve damage, slower reflexes, and a higher risk of falling. 4. Cold feet even in hot weather. A puzzling paradox. The weather is sweltering, yet your feet feel icy cold. The usual cause is narrowed blood vessels, preventing warm blood from reaching the toes. That coldness is not only uncomfortable, but also a warning sign of atherosclerosis, one of the leading causes of cardiovascular complications. 5. Prominent and twisted varicose veins. You see dark blue veins bulging and twisting under the skin, sometimes swollen and painful by the end of the day. That's venous valve failure, when the small valves in the veins weaken, allowing blood to flow backward and pool in the legs. Beyond cosmetic issues, they lead to swelling, phlebitis, and a higher risk of blood clot formation. All these signs may seem trivial at first glance, but they are truly the body's knock on the door, reminding you that your circulatory system is in trouble, and if ignored, the price to pay will be far heavier. So, what specific risks occur when we ignore these warnings? In the next part, we will dissect the hidden dangers behind symptoms that seem harmless to see why negligence can cost both health and life. The most dangerous thing about poor circulation is not the pain or immediate heaviness. The scarier part is what's happening silently inside your body, day by day, hour by hour. A small scratch on the ankle that should only take a few days to heal can instead last for weeks or even months when blood doesn't deliver enough nutrients. During that time, the risk of infection skyrockets, and something that seemed simple can lead to severe complications. Even more dangerous, when blood flow is obstructed, blood clots can form. At first, they just sit quietly in the legs, but no one knows when they might break loose and travel through the bloodstream. If they block the lungs, you face pulmonary embolism. If they stop in the brain, a stroke could rob you of speech, movement, or even your life. And it all starts with what seemed like harmless signs: cramps, numbness, icy cold legs. Cardiologists often emphasize ignoring poor circulation is like leaving a small crack in a dam. It doesn't cause disaster immediately, but each day pressure builds, and when the dam breaks, the flood sweeps everything away. Not only the heart and brain, but the nervous system in the legs also suffers heavy damage. When deprived of oxygen, nerves weaken, causing burning pain and numbness. Seniors, already slower, now face the risk of falling and broken bones, leading to long stretches confined to bed. The cost of negligence is sometimes not just illness, but the loss of independence, from someone who could shop for themselves and manage daily life to someone dependent on children and grandchildren for every step. But the good news is, before everything spirals beyond repair, the body still gives us a chance to act. And one of the most natural, practical ways lies right in daily meals. Essential vitamins that keep blood vessels elastic, reduce clot risk, and improve circulation at the root. After understanding the dangers of poor circulation, the biggest question is how to prevent and improve it. The good news is you don't need complicated or costly solutions. Simply adding the right basic nutrients can strengthen blood vessels, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of blood clot formation. The following 4 vitamins are the guardian quartet of your circulatory system. 1. Vitamin B3, the key to widening blood vessels. Vitamin B3, also known as niacin, acts like a worker widening blocked blood pathways. It helps dilate vessel walls, allowing blood to flow more easily, significantly reducing cramps and numbness in the legs. Not only that, niacin also helps manage cholesterol, lowering LDL, the bad fat that clogs arteries, while raising HDL, the good fat that protects the heart. You don't need to look far. A portion of grilled chicken breast, a few slices of seared salmon, or a handful of almonds already provide a rich amount of B3. If today you eat an almond chicken salad, you've given your blood vessels a strong protective shield. 2. Vitamin C, the shield that strengthens vessel walls. People often mention vitamin C as the savior of the immune system, but few know it is also an essential ingredient for building collagen, the substance that gives blood vessels their strength. Elastic vessels, less prone to breaking, mean a reduced risk of aneurysms, varicose veins, or bluish patches on the skin. A glass of fresh orange juice in the morning, a few slices of kiwi in the afternoon, or a plate of green leafy vegetables at dinner, all are excellent sources of vitamin C. And importantly, eat them fresh. Don't leave them too long, because vitamin C is very easily lost when exposed to light and air. 3. Vitamin K, the gatekeeper of blood flow. Blood needs to clot when you're injured to prevent bleeding, but if it clots in the wrong place, it becomes a silent killer. That's a blood clot. Vitamin K plays the balancing role, preventing excessive bleeding while stopping abnormal clot formation. In addition, it prevents calcium from depositing in the artery walls, helping arteries stay flexible and less stiff. You can find vitamin K in familiar foods: a kale smoothie, a few spinach leaves at lunch, or a broccoli salad. These are not just vegetables, but medicine that nourishes blood vessels from the root. 4. Vitamin E, the shield against vascular aging. If blood vessels rust from free radicals, vitamin E is the durable coat of paint that protects them. It helps prevent oxidation, keeps vessel walls soft and flexible, and reduces the risk of clotting. Vitamin E also stimulates the production of nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes vessel walls, allowing smoother blood flow and easing strain on the heart. You can find vitamin E in extra virgin olive oil, ripe avocados, or simply a handful of roasted pumpkin seeds in the afternoon. Just one small daily habit can make a huge difference for vascular health. These 4 vitamins are not exotic. They're right in your kitchen. And when combined regularly in your daily diet, they act like a silent army, protecting the circulatory system from the attacks of age and disease. But it doesn't stop at vitamins. For blood to truly flow smoothly, you need small changes in your daily lifestyle. In the next part, we'll explore simple yet highly effective habits that nurture blood vessels and protect the health of your legs. Knowing which vitamins are good for your vessels is one thing, but turning knowledge into daily action is what determines change. The good news is you don't need to turn your life upside down. Just a few small, consistent adjustments each day are enough to keep your legs stronger and your blood flowing more freely. Start with the morning. Before getting out of bed, spend 3 minutes stretching your legs, rotating your ankles, and gently flexing your feet. These simple movements wake up your blood vessels, like turning on a faucet to get the flow going from the very start of the day. A green smoothie made with kale, apple, and a few slices of kiwi will add vitamin K and C, like a dose of circulatory energy for the whole morning. During the workday, if your job requires a lot of sitting, set a timer to stand up and walk around for 2 to 3 minutes every 45 minutes. Don't underestimate those short steps around the office or your home. They are the way to push blood back to the heart, reducing pooling in the legs. You can keep a jar of almonds or pumpkin seeds for snacking, providing vitamin E while replacing sugary treats that harm blood vessels. Family meal. Adding a plate of greens to dinner isn't hard. A bit of stir-fried broccoli, a bowl of spinach soup, or simply a salad with olive oil and a few slices of avocado. When the whole family eats together, you're not only nourishing your own blood vessels, but also planting good habits for your loved ones. Evening before bed. The habit of elevating your legs above heart level for 10 to 15 minutes can help blood return more easily, reducing heaviness and swelling in the legs. Add a small pillow under your calves and you'll notice lighter sleep and less leg tension. There was a woman in her 70s who used to complain that her legs felt so heavy that even a 15-minute trip to the market left her exhausted. But after just a few months of maintaining these habits, a morning green smoothie, a handful of nuts in the afternoon, and elevating her legs each night, she felt a dramatic change. Now, she can walk the entire park without fear of pain. Those little things, done consistently, bring great results. Because caring for circulation is not just about avoiding illness, but about preserving your freedom. The freedom to walk, to move, to enjoy a healthy old age. And to close, let's look back at the journey from beginning to end. Which symptoms are dangerous signals? Which 4 vitamins are the weapons of protection? And most importantly, why starting today can rewrite your future? We've just gone through a long journey, from seemingly small signs like numbness, cramps, or skin discoloration to frightening risks like blood clots, strokes, and loss of mobility. But at the same time, we also found hope. 4 familiar vitamins, together with simple daily habits, can form a strong shield protecting the health of your legs and your cardiovascular system. Old age does not necessarily mean weakness and dependence. You can absolutely preserve your freedom, independence, and joy of living just by listening to your body a little earlier and acting a little more consistently. And sometimes, it's the simplest things. A handful of nuts, a green smoothie, a few gentle steps that bring the greatest change. Remember, the blood in your body is like a river. If you keep it clear and flowing smoothly, every cell and every organ is nourished, and you will feel healthier, sharper, and freer every day. But if you let it stagnate, turn murky, and clog, sooner or later, life itself will be pulled into the whirlpool of disease. Which flow you choose for your body, that choice is in your hands, starting today. If you found this sharing helpful, take a second to hit the like button to support the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next videos, where we'll continue to explore simple tips that can transform life in old age. And most importantly, leave a comment. How old are you? And have you experienced any of these signs? Your story could be the inspiration for hundreds or even thousands of others.